So, the next chapter is the arterial pulse. So, as you know, in clinical medicine, the pulse examination is the important aspect of diagnosing not only many cardiac conditions, but also many non-cardiac conditions. The pulse examination is very important. So, the determinants of the arterial pulse are the left ventricle. So, it is the three important aspects of the left ventricular involvement, like stroke volume, the ability of the left ventricle to contract, and the velocity of left ventricular ejection is going to determine the arterial pulse. Then the integrity of the aortic valve is going to once again decide about the arterial pulse depending upon whether stenosis or regurgitation. And the arterial system's compliance and distensibility and peripheral vascular occlusion or resistance is also going to decide about the arterial pulse. So, three important determinants of arterial pulse are left ventricle, aortic valve and arterial system. So, the defining of the arterial pulse, it's a palpable arterial pulse is the pressure pulse transmitted along the arterial system with each systole. It is not the volume which is transmitted, it is a pressure pulse transmitted is the palpable arterial pulse from the left ventricular systole. So, why we are saying that is when the left ventricle ejects the blood, the pressure wave travels very fast when compared to the actual blood column. That's why we see the pressure wave first, which travels at 5 meters per second, whereas the blood travels at 40 to 50 centimeters per second. So, we have to see lot of things in the examination of arterial pulse. We'll see one by one. Before that, we must know at what time after the onset of systole, each pulse is felt. After the onset of systole, after the first sound, each pulse is felt. So, after 30 milliseconds for the first sound, the carotid pulse is felt. 60 milliseconds is the brachial pulse. 80 milliseconds for the radial pulse to be felt. And 75 milliseconds for the femoral pulse is felt. So, this is the time frame by which you feel each one of these pulses after the first heart sound in systole. So, this is the normal arterial pulse which has got many waveforms. The first wave is called the percussion wave, which is due to forward flow. Forward transmission of the pressure wave. That's why it's called percussion wave. Forward transmission. What happens is as the wave travels, there is series of reflections from the distal arteries and peripheral arteries.